If you saw last week's video, you know we just barely got him done in time. Just backed him out of the shop. We're fixing to head to Power Tour. Yes, sir. I hope we have a lot of fun. I hope we don't have any breakdowns. Let's hit the road. We just stopped to top off with gas. I'm sitting there trying to decide which one looks better. I think dude may win out now. Yes, sir. I'm kind of jealous that I ain't driving him. I'll probably drive him a little bit. Let's hit the road. We are running very, very late. Well, we finally made it. The El Forte, she's running hot. It's sitting on about 230. I had to just pull over right here to stop. That's where she's gonna sit, I guess, the rest of the day. It's about 4 o'clock. We were running very, very late. Trying to get this fella here running. I reckon we're gonna walk around and see the sights. I'm pretty sure this is where we're supposed to be parked, but the El Forte said, nope, we're gonna park right where it's sitting. Anyways, that's just how it goes. There's a whole lot of cars here though. I mean, a whole lot. I think they're done with the drag racing. They were still doing some autocross over yonder. We watched that for a little bit. We got here way too late. Sure did. It's probably 5 o'clock right now. They close up at 6. Anyways, we're gonna walk around and just see the sights. Here's the mobile dyno. This is what I wanted to put dude and the 40 on. I don't know if he's gonna follow us around to every stop or not, but one day this week, I'm going to at least get dude on it, just see what he does. Yes, I'm very, very curious. There is definitely no shortage of cars here. You can see cars as far as I can see right back yonder. They're everywhere. They've been leaving for the last 2 hours. Since the Forte likes to overheat, we're going to have to wait till this line is pretty much gone. Because I sat in line maybe 5 minutes. He jumped up to 230, so yeah. We'll have to wait till everybody's gone, and I think we'll find an O'Reilly's up here somewhere. Go ahead and buy an electric fan just in case I can't make it home in time to go to mine and get one. And then as soon as we get home, we'll put an electric fan on. Hopefully, that'll help it out. Sitting on the tailgate of dude, waiting for all this traffic to clear, because I ain't getting in line with the old Forte. I guarantee it'll overheat. Ain't no need in even trying it. So I don't know how long we're gonna sit here, but we'll be here until they're all gone, I reckon. Well, we've been sitting there an hour and a half, and the line just now disappeared. We're gonna give it a little more time because it's a pretty good ways out to the main road. Then I guess we're gonna jump in ours and head on to the sunset. Well, we stopped at O'Reilly's in Bowling Green. Got me a fan for the old Forte. It's almost closing time for them, so I figured I'd grab it now. That way I ain't got to fool with it in the morning. We stopped at Sonic, gonna get us something to eat, head on home, and we will put that on in the morning, because I ain't doing nothing tonight after I get home. I'm tired, I'm wore out. Just stopped to get some gasolines. We're gonna head on to the house. This car used 7 gallons, a little over 7 gallons for, I think we've been about 70 miles. Getting about 10 miles a gallon. I guess everything I own gets that. Let's head to the house. Well, we're about halfway home. We had to stop. Old dude is losing his alternator, I think. It could just be some loose wiring, because I've had to fool with it before. He's gonna fire it up and see what the volt gauge reads. Hopefully that's all it is. What's it reading?
It's back up to 14 now.
It's back up to 14. It's just loose wire, and we'll have to look at that tomorrow. Anyways, let's hit the road and get to the house. Well, now dude ain't got no tail lights. I'm trying to get him to stop so we can look at that, but he ain't paying me no attention. Got brake lights and maybe just a headlight switch. I'll get him to wiggle it. Well, I don't know what I did, but I wiggled some wires here and tail lights are working now. Let's get to the house. Well, I made it about a half a mile. They went out again. I'm gonna get up here and wiggle some more wires and see if we can pinpoint where it is and then maybe fix it. Well, the whole truck ain't got but 2 fuses and they're right here. One is for the tail light, the other one I don't know what it is. There ain't nothing wrong with the fuse. I'm just figuring it's just a bad connection maybe. So I'm gonna clean this up real good and maybe they'll last long enough for I get home. Well, I may have been incorrect about the fuse. I got the wiggling wires over here on this terminal strip, and they go on and off, on and off. I mean, I don't know why, because those wires, they look perfectly green, like they're supposed to be. They're a little bit corroded. I'm gonna pull some of them loose and clean them up, and maybe that'll fix the problem. Well, it is the next day, and we finally made it home about 11 o'clock last night. I think I figured out which wire on that terminal strip is causing dude not to have any taillights. So after we get done with this, I'm gonna take all them wires off and clean them. We got to get this little feller here to not overheat. It'd have been nice, you know, if I could have made me a fan shroud, but I didn't have time. So we're just gonna take this mechanical fan off and put the electric fan on this side, because if I put it on this side, I gotta cut that bar out. I don't wanna do that. Let me get the fan out, get things ready. We'll get that fan on. There's one fan removed. Let me find some smaller bolts to put back in that pulley. Well, we got an issue. Water pump pulley bolt holes are fine thread. I don't have any fine thread bolts. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Those that come out, you know, they're about that long and they ain't got about that much thread on them. Let me figure out what I'm gonna do. Well, I found a couple of fine thread bolts. They're way too long, so I stacked some washers on them and put them on there just so we can run it once I get this fan on. See what it's gonna do. My handy dandy assistant is in town. He's gonna bring me some bolts on his way back. But I did that so we can back her out and run it, see how it's gonna do. This is kind of hard to do with just one person, by the way. I tell y'all what, I don't know if it's from walking around so much yesterday or from pushing this clutch pedal in. It's a pretty hard pedal. My left knee, it's pretty much toast. Yep. I'm gonna get me one of them electric scooters like this to walk around these places. It sucks getting old, I'm telling you. Well, here's the fan controller I got off of Amazon. I was going to put it on Dude, but I decided Dude's already got a toggle switch, so we'll just leave him alone for now. I'll put this on here. It does not come with any instructions, so I don't really know how to set it. But it did, at least they did label the wires, so you know, it's somewhat easy. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna mount this. And since my battery's all the way in the back, I'm just gonna come off the starter down here for the hot going to the fan. Let me get this mounted and get all the wiring figured out. As soon as we get back from Power Tour, I'm getting the air conditioner running in this shop. Those doors will never be open again. Got a bird right up there. Little wren. Probably the same idiot to come in the other day. Let's see if I can't get him out of here. Little idiot. Fan is in, controller is wired. I just come off the ignition wire up here. Got it running down this side here. And there it is, it's got a little LED display, and that's about all I can tell you about it. Because it came with absolutely no instructions. I have no idea how to program it. As soon as I figure that out, I'll come back and we'll start it up, roll it outside and let it warm up and make sure it's gonna work right. All right, I figured it out. You have to hold the button down for about 5 seconds. First thing, if you punch the button and then let go and then try to hold it, no, that ain't gonna work. Anyway, hold it down 5 seconds, it'll switch to Fahrenheit. Then you let go, then you can set your temperature. I got it set on about 190. Let's back her out, let it run, see if it come on. Well, the temperature probe on this little fan controller, it's jumped. It got up to, well, it was almost 212. Had water shooting out here and it said it was 155 degrees. So I had it set to come on at 190. Of course, it never would. Running down to 135, the fans come on and it's slowly cooling it down. Let's see where it's at. It's got it down to about 190 now. So that fan's probably gonna do. But here's the deal. I'm going by myself the rest of the week. So at least to Nashville, today, I'm gonna take Dude because I want to put him on the dyno, and then I gotta decide for the rest of the week which one I'm gonna drive. I'll let y'all know tonight, but fix jump in Dude, head to Nashville. Sitting here in traffic, trying to get to Nashville, and Dude just quit on me. He sputtered and carried on for just a minute, and then, well, he decided to quit. I don't know, it may be boiling the gas in the carburetor. I'm gonna let it sit here a little bit, cool off, and hopefully it'll start back. Well, he fired up, but he does not want to idle at all. I got to hurry up and get out of this traffic. Well, we finally made it. Dude started acting right again. We're waiting to get in. Hopefully, they got it a little better than they did yesterday in Bowling Green as far as getting in and out. They do have somebody directing traffic, so that's good. Well, Dude quit on me again. I don't know what he's doing. It's sort of like he's flooding. I finally got him started again. But y'all look at the line of cars. It's 3:30. This starts at 12, and that's that many people still trying to get in here. What in the world? Goodness gracious. Well, I got parked finally. I think it's been 45 minutes since I got here. This is the long hauler section. I thought if you had a long hauler pass, you got to be inside. I don't know how I'm gonna get to the dyno if they won't let me inside. So I'm confused on this. Let me see if I can find somebody that knows what's going on. Well, I just talked to the woman that's directing traffic and sent me to this parking lot. She seems to be under the impression that there ain't no room inside. I'm gonna go ask somebody else and just see if I can get Dude in there, because I really want to get him on the dyno. Anyways, I'll let y'all know when I find something out. Well, I just talked to another woman that's letting people in. She said Platinum, dyno, and autocross or something like that. So let me go get in Dude and get back in line. Get in the left lane. Maybe we can get in there and get him on the dyno. Dude is inside Nashville Super Speedway. Finally. I'm gonna leave the fan running, hopefully cool it down a little bit, because he still wants to run rich. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm assuming just because it's so hot. But I am number 5 in line to get on the dyno. As soon as they call me up, we'll back him up there and see what he does. Well, just got done dynoing old dude, and let me tell you, I am quite pleased with what he did. I was not expecting that kind of torque number, no sir. Remember, this is at the rear wheel. It'll be more at the motor. I'll do the math later. It'd be 15-20% more at the motor. He made 340 horsepower, 478 torque, and I only went to 4,300 RPM. That blower, the whine is so loud, I can't really hear the RPM of the truck. So unless I'm watching the tack, I think I'm turning it 10 grand less than that blower. The third time I went to 5 grand, and well, he did just a little bit less horsepower and torque, but he's warming up. That first run was the best, and that's when he was the coolest. Yes, sir, I'm quite pleased with it. I'll put the graph up here for y'all to see. I ain't even looked at the video yet. The girl that helps him over at the dyno, she videoed it for me, and that was awful nice of her. Anyway, I'm gonna head to the house. I think the traffic is cleared out here, even though it took an hour to get in. I'm gonna head to the house, and then I'll look at the graph and the video and all that. And well, I reckon I'll see y'all maybe tomorrow morning when we head out going to Louisville. Well, I made it back from Nashville, I don't know, a couple hours ago. And, well, long story short, my video, I have to render it in software. Then I upload it to YouTube. Then I have to watch it and make sure I didn't make no major mistakes. Well, I rendered it last night. So I thought, and I was going to upload it today and then watch it when I got home. Well, it didn't render. No, sir. It's a long video. It'd take about 2 hours to render, about 2 hours to upload, 2 hours to watch. That's 6 hours right there. So I figured, well, let's get the rendering process started, and I'll come out here and work on the 40 if I got to, be up 6 more hours. It's midnight now, by the way, so it's going to be a good night. And I got to drive to Louisville tomorrow, about 4.5 hours in this car. Yes, I have decided we'll take the old Forte. I have done a lot of work on it. It was Daddy's dream car. Let's complete power tour in the old Forte. What I'm doing right now, I just got done power bleeding the back brakes because they were basically non-existent going to Bowling Green. Well, I could pump them up and it would do pretty good. But trying to pump brakes and trying to keep a motor running, trying to push the clutch in and out, well, it's a job. I was hoping to at least, get the brakes where they'd act right, because that middle car, I took it apart today, trying to figure out why this thing will not idle. I don't know. I have no clue. I cleaned it. I even raised the float level a little more, and it won't idle. And I know it's running lean because I can take some carb cleaner when it's idling and it's almost dead. Shoot some carb cleaner up in there. She picks right up. It's starving for fuel. Ain't got a clue why. Anyways, bled the brakes. They're so better. It's going to have to do because I can't get them to do any better. What I'm fixing to do now, right back here, there's some really large holes that are allowing gas in, and well, it's going to kill me. Well, last night coming back from Bowling Green, it was a little chilly. I decided let's roll all the windows up. That was the wrong thing to do. I quickly rolled this one down and opened this wing window because, I almost died from asphyxiation from carbon monoxide poisoning. So here's what I'm going to do. Well, let me get in here and I'll show you these big old rips basically in the metal. Well, I don't know if you can see it or not. Well, that right over there you can. I tried putting, there's one right there. I tried putting that expanding foam in it. It didn't stay. So what I'm gonna do is get me some cardboard. I got plenty of it over there with all the stuff I bought over the last couple of months for this one and dude. And get my caulk. I'm gonna caulk an outline around them holes and then smack that cardboard on it. Maybe that'll stop some of the fumes coming in this car. over the next 3 days when I'm driving it all over the country. Once I do that, I might pull a carb off the shelf and look at it, see what I think. Might swap it out, or I might just throw it in the car, and we can swap it out tomorrow after Power Tour in Louisville, or the next day sometime, because that drives me nuts, this thing not. Anyways, I'm going to keep on working on the old Forte, getting it ready for tomorrow. I got to transfer the tools into here. I ain't got a whole lot of room back here. Plus, that tool chest is quite heavy. I'm just going to put them right here. I might lay my blanket down to keep them from rattling. Anyways, I'm going to transfer the tools, jack stands, all that. Get it ready to go in the morning. I'm not sure what time I'm going to leave. It's about a 4.5 hour drive. And I'm going to try, I come home. Well, the rest of the gang will be leaving from Nashville Super Speedway. I'm going to try to join up with them probably past Bowling Green. I'm going to take the same path that we went to Bowling Green. Catch them somewhere up there somewhere. Anyways, that's the plan. Let me keep working on the old Forte. Well, I got a lot of holes caulked up here. I did my cardboard like I said I was going to. I raised it up. There was some more holes under the gas tank. Well, I caulked them. I ran out of caulk. I got my RTV. Started putting that in the holes. I got all of them I can find. There may be some I can't see, but hopefully that's going to help the fumes getting in the car. What else did I do? Oh, I went over here and got 2 carbs off the shelf, two bubbles. I opened them up, took the top off just to see what was in there. They're both missing a float, and one of them missing the accelerator pump cup. We can steal that out of this one if we decide to swap them. I am going to do some studying. I told y'all I'm not a carb man. I don't know how to modify them and do all that. I'm going to study here in just a little bit on how to richen up the idle circuit on a Rochester 2-jet. Also know, by the way, I did the math I told you I was going to on the horsepower and torque that dude put out today. Well, let me tell you this firstly. The rule of thumb is a manual transmission, you'll lose about 15% of power through the drivetrain. An automatic, you lose about 20%. Well, I did both numbers because we got a 4.9-inch, and that'll make you lose a little bit too. The 15% number, he'd make 400 horsepower. The 20% number, it'd make 425. What did I tell you a while back? He probably makes around 400, 425. Torque numbers, the 15%, it was 562. The 20%, 597. So somewhere between 550 and 600 foot-pounds of torque is what dude makes at the motor. That blows my mind. I did not expect that at all. I do know he's pretty peppy, and I do know I like it. Oh, yeah. Anyways, I'm going in the house. I got to get y'all's video ready tomorrow. Got to go to bed so I can get up and drive 4.5 hours to Louisville. See y'all in the morning.
Y'all probably can't hear a word I'm saying because it's really, really loud in this car. Just left the house for Louisville, Kentucky. Google Monster says it's, well, might as well say 4 hours. It's probably going to be longer than that, normally. Got a late start as usual. Get there about 3 their time, because I think they're in the Eastern time zone. Hopefully I can get in. Maybe we ain't got to sit in traffic for too long to get in. Get my ticket punched. Walk around a little bit. Here comes the cop, and I'm holding my phone up. So let me put it down like this. Alright. Anyways, I got a trunk full of tools, a tank full of gas. Let's head to Louisville.
Stopped here somewhere around Bowling Green. Give me some gasolines in the old Forte. She's running a little bit Got just a tiny miss, ain't nothing major. Hopefully it don't get no worse. Got about 2.5 hours to go, 105 miles, I think what it said. I'm gonna go get me something to drink. A little candy bar, I'm gonna hit the road again. Not only am I stuck behind this log truck right here, have been for, I don't know, it feels like an eternity, doing 40 mile an hour on this long, curvy, hilly road. Now we're stopped, pulled over, because there's something really large coming down the road, and we got to scoot over and let it through. I don't know what it is. Here it comes, whatever it is. Half a house. Let me hit the road again. That's exactly what it did. I've been in the boonies just about all day long. Just got stuck behind a tractor for a couple of miles of this one lane road. It's just, I ain't coming back this way. That's all I can tell you. Y'all hear that scraping? That's the drive shaft hitting the floorboard. Been doing it all day long. Well, I got all them tools in the back. Well, it finally made it. For whatever reason, the 40 is wanting to idle up too high now. I don't understand this carburetor. Anyways, been sitting in line waiting to get in. Hopefully it won't take as long as yesterday. Time will tell, I guess. Well, we're in. Once again, there's a whole lot of cars here. Dino is right over yonder somewhere. That's where I'm gonna head in a little bit. I love watching that. But it didn't take 5 minutes getting here. Louisville knows what they're doing. Oh yeah, sure enough. I'm gonna walk around a little bit. I gotta find me a bottle of water. Walk around a little bit, see what they got going on. This is basically what it is. A bunch of vendors on the midway with their cars. That's a beautiful Camaro right there. And well, they've had drag racing and drifting road course at Bowling Green. In Nashville they had drifting road course, and I don't think they got anything here as far as that goes. Got the dyno, like I said. I'm gonna go over there and watch it. But yeah, this is pretty much it. There's another row of vendors over yonder. Well, I've done all the things and saw all the stuff. I think I'm gonna head on out just a little early. Actually, I think I'm gonna go on maybe 2 hours to the next one, so I ain't gotta drive. They're saying it's 4.5 hours. Man, it's a lot in this car, and it's hot. So I think I'm gonna head on to the next stop in Ohio somewhere. And then I'll be halfway there tomorrow, so won't have to get up as early, won't have to drive as far. Anyways, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Heading down Interstate 71 going toward Cincinnati. And I'm enjoying myself so much, I completely forgot about gas. Yes, sir, if I make it to a gas station, it'll be a miracle. Got 3 miles to go. Can we make it? I sure hope so. I'm close enough I can walk now. I don't like cutting it that close. Well, I did it. Ran out of gas. Fella in this car right here stopped and picked me up just as I got off the interstate. Yep. He had to come to AutoZone, and they want like $40 for a gas can. We ain't doing that, so he's gonna take me to Walmart. It's back where we came from. Give me a jug, fill it up with gas, and get to 40 to a gas station, fill it up. Boy, I tell you what, this is a Dumas moment for sure. Well, the fellow that picked me up, his name's David. He took me to Walmart to get a gas can and took me to the gasoline store. So, David, I appreciate it a bunch. Now, let's see if we can get this thing started and get to a gas station. I think I got some carb cleaner in the back somewhere. Let me give it a shot. Fellas, I may not have run out of gas.
No.
Ain't getting nothing?
No.
Well, that ain't good. It backfired on me real bad a little while ago coming down the interstate. It may be ignition. Been going bad. Well, let's do it. Oh, wait a minute. Wire come off the pole. Let me plug this back like it was.
We might have it fixed, Houston.
I think the wire come off the coil.
Put your gas can back on.
Huh?
It was on the roof. Put the gas can
Okay,
back on.
appreciate it. Well, I did not run out of gas. Let me show you what happened. This wire right here, it goes down from the coil down to the points. It come off. I was going down the interstate a few miles, before I thought I'd run out of gas. That thing let out a pop, sounded like a shotgun going off. I'll put off the side of the road because I thought I had a blowout. Well, most likely that wire was just barely hanging on, and it come off and made it backfire. Anyways, it only held 9 gallons. I've been to the gas station, it held 9 gallons. So that gas gauge is way off. Yeah, I think that's like an 18-gallon tank, right? Anyways, I've done been to eat. I was going to go on another hour or so, but it's going to be dark here for too long. My phone is just about dead. So I reckon I'm going to get me a room here, stay here tonight. See y'all tomorrow. Well, yes, I do have all my tools loaded on this cart, and they will spend the night in my room. I can't lock that car up, and well, if I break down on the road and I ain't got no tools, well, that ain't no count. In 2 ways, I'm gonna get checked in and we'll head to Hebron, Ohio tomorrow. 'Tis day 4 of Power Tour. I got the car loaded up. I had to redistribute the weight. I got some up here in the middle and some in the back because yesterday, hearing that drive shaft slam against the floorboard, yeah, that got annoying after a while. So I got a bunch more weight up here and in the middle. Maybe that won't be as bad. I got to do my anti-theft stuff under the hood so we can get going. Just got a text though saying that there's been a wreck that's closed the route down at mile marker 80. They don't tell you what road, highway, interstate that is, but it's shut down at mile marker 80. So I've got to figure out what they're talking about. Maybe I can get on Facebook, somebody's telling. Anyways, got to figure that out. I'm gonna go eat first and I'll figure that out while I eat. I also know, by the way, you can't hear them now, there's a mama bird chirping here. Well, yesterday evening when I got here, I don't know what it is about me and wildlife, especially birds. There was a baby bird hopping around here, trying to learn to fly. Kept following me everywhere I went. I was afraid he's gonna get run over in this parking lot. So I picked him up, put him back over in the tree line. Let me tell you, Mama was not happy about that. She tried to attack me. Anyways, I don't see him, so maybe little fella's gonna be all right. Let's get in the old Forte. Hit the road. I'm gonna find me somewhere to eat, and that's where I'll figure out the new route. And we're headed to Hebron, Ohio, by the way. I think I got another 3 hours or so to go. In 2 ways, let's hit the road. Well, let's fix to get in the car, go get something to eat. I just happened to look on the front of it. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It's a puddle of water, or it's antifreeze, what it smells like. I believe it's bottom radiator hose is leaking. I don't know why, but let me get me something other to tighten that up. I'll check my Wooders. If it needs any, I'll give it some. We'll hit the road. Well, I attempted to tighten that hose clamp. 'Twas not loose. I don't know what's going on there, but it didn't lose hardly any water, so maybe that'll be okay. We can figure it out when we get home. Also, see these quarter windows? See that piece of paper? They have rattled the entire way. Every time I stop somewhere, I say, well, let me fix that real quick. Well, I keep forgetting. I finally remembered. I got that fixed. That over yonder, see it at the top? Yeah, that and there rattles really bad. Anyways, hopefully that'll let me keep some of my sanity. Let us get moving, get some air blowing in this car because it's really, really hot. I'm gonna stop and eat, figure out the route. I'll see y'all in a little while. Well, I stopped here in Beaver Lick. I saw a bunch of these old cars sitting here. I believe this is called Boondocks Restaurant. This is Paul, right?
Howdy.
I stopped. As soon as I pulled in, he said, I recognize that car. He watches the channel. I appreciate that. But anyway, I've been sitting there a few minutes. There's cars sitting over here, and there's just streams of them coming down the road. I figured I'd stop in here and stretch my legs, let the old car rest a minute. I think I'm gonna hit the road. I might get hooked up with these guys and follow them. Well, I made it to Lowe's. I'm sitting here in the parking lot trying to get this thing cooled down. Well, I was able to. There's a right-hand turn lane. There's a traffic light out, I think, why there's so much traffic. Anyways, I was able to turn left or turn right, come in here and run around and cool it back down to about boiling point. And anyway, popped the hood. I was looking at my fan controller over there, and it dawned on me. Remember how the temperature was so much different than what the gauge was reading? Well, dummy me had the sensor at the bottom of the radiator. It needs to be at the top because it's a lot hotter up here. Anyways, this done cooled the radiator down to 158. Let's see what we got on the gauge. You know, it's at a different point in the motor. Here we are at, oh, we're almost down to 190. That's awesome. I really was hungry. That's why I got off here. Got off the wrong exit. I'm telling you, MLS just, it sucks sometimes. There's a Chick-fil-A right there, but I'm not a big fan of Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna let it cool off, and we may just get back on the interstate, and then I'm gonna stop somewhere else because traffic here is just, it's insane. And this fan, it ain't gonna keep it cool. What we'll have to do probably, eventually, build some big shroud for that electric fan on this one and Dude. Because Dude He stays right there at Boiling Point sitting in traffic. And I don't, that right there is the undoing of most vehicles on trips like this. Anyways, let it cool down a little more. We'll try to get out of here, get back on the interstate. Maybe I can find me some food. You know, I'm a grown boy, I got to have my food. Well, she's cooled down quite a bit. And the traffic, from what I can see, it's still at a standstill. But I think, you know, that traffic's going this way. Well, I need to go this way to Burger King or this way to the interstate. I'm gonna try to get to that Burger King. There shouldn't be no traffic going this way. So let me see if I can get me some food in my belly, and then I reckon I'll see y'all at the next stop. Well, I was hoping I could avoid MLS on this trip, but I made it through that light just, you know, within 10 seconds. Come to Burger King, dining room's closed, drive-through only. I'm not sitting in this hot car eating, so back to the interstate. Let's stop somewhere else. Well, I finally got me something to eat. We got about 113 miles to go, hour and 49 minutes according to the Google Monster. About 2:30, that'll put us there at what, 4? A couple hours, I'll get my ticket punched, we'll walk around a little bit. If there's not a huge line at the dyno, if he's there, we might put the old 40 on there, just see what it does. Let's hit the road. Well, I got 32 miles before I get off the interstate. We have hit a slowdown. I really don't need this, but at least we ain't running hot. Y'all watch this car though. I got my foot off the gas. Anything at idle or just above idle, he wants to buck and carry on. I don't know. It ain't getting enough fuel at idle, and I don't know why. We're sometime maybe before I head home. I got 2 carburetor devices right there. We might stick one of them on, just see how it does. Well, I heard a beating and banging and carrying on, and one of my muffler hangers is not letting go. This interstate, just the last mile or two, golly, Pete, it has just beat me to death. I got to get somewhere and get that tied up. I got to get off this interstate. I'm running over all kind of debris, just trying to get somewhere off this interstate so I can fix this muffler. I don't know when the next exit is, but I'm not gonna have a car left before I can get off this dad blame interstate. I don't know if you can hear that or not. That's the muffler bouncing off the ground. I hope I don't lose that whole side of the exhaust. Well, I'm here at the Dollar General. I'm gonna jack it up, see what I can do. I have nothing to tie it up with. I brought everything but baling wire. Let me jack it up and see what broke. See if I can even tie it up, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say, this is part of my floorboard. Nice to know my weld held, yep. I have no clue what I'm gonna tie it to. I gotta get it up a little bit higher, and then we'll figure out what I'm gonna do. Well, all they had was an electrical cord, which has copper, which won't burn, and this bucket, which has a metal handle. One of these two is gonna work. The only place I got to put it, well, I'll show you here in just a minute. Well, there's the fix. The mop bucket handle has been wrapped around the upper bar on the rear suspension. That's the best thing to do, fellas. It's probably gonna do this right here though, but that's fine, as long as it ain't dragging the ground. You can see where the marks, actually it's right here on the tip, right there. Then there's the drive shaft where it's been heating, banging, and carrying on. Looks like it's been touching about the middle ways too, just a little bit. Anyways, that's the best thing to do. Let's hit the road. Maybe I'll get there in time. Well, this trip has been mostly interstate. I've been going the official route. I've hated every minute of it because of the interstate. Well, whatever big town I'm fixing to come through, Google Maps says there's a big slowdown. And well, this thing's gonna overheat if I go through there. So I hit avoid highways. It's sending me somewhere, I don't know where, but it said a similar ETA. We got less than an hour to get there, and it says it's gonna take 45 minutes. If I get there and I'm able to punch my ticket, it's gonna be a miracle. We have arrived with 15 minutes to go. Let me find the booth and click my ticket. I'm getting out of here. I officially made it. Day 4 is punched. I'll show y'all this car right here. This is my dream car, 66, 67. This body style, oh my goodness. Absolutely gorgeous. Doubt I'll ever own one, but man, I sure like to have one. Just getting a shot of the old Forte up here in Hebron, Ohio. Just so I can say it made it. I tell you what, today has been a day. I left, it was Carrollton, Kentucky, I think, at 11 o'clock. And I done drove an hour yesterday, so it shouldn't have took about 3.5 hours today. It's almost 6 o'clock. I'm just now getting here. Yep. It's been a long, long day. Had two, well, I wouldn't call them breakdowns, but you know, had to stop and golly. I'm gonna look on my phone at the Google Monster. I'm gonna drive about an hour. We're going to Indianapolis tomorrow. Drive about an hour that way. Find me a hotel. I'm gonna rest the rest of the evening because this has been mentally exhausting. See y'all tomorrow. Well, we're stopped on the side of the road again. I think my throttle cable or my throttle return spring has popped off. But buddy, she took off on me. Let me get out here and look at it. Not only did my return spring come off, well, it's disappeared. I don't see it. This is for the secondaries. The one on my main carb, it's gone. I did find a magnet though, so that's good. Not sure what I'm gonna do here, because it's hard to drive this without a spring. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Well, I can't take it off then, because then they'll try to open. I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I'll let you know here in a little bit. I found it, I found it. It was laying right down yonder. Let me get this bent, hook back up, and let's get back on the road. Just fixed, for now anyways. I'll tell y'all what, avoid highways if you're ever traveling anywhere, but it'll take you through some pretty country. It is absolutely, positively gorgeous up here. Anyway, let's go. I got to find me a hotel room somewhere. Today's the last day of Power Tour. I stopped in Springfield, Ohio last night. Pretty good little town. It's got pretty much everything you need. Walmart, restaurants, has a Lowe's. First thing, we're getting the old Forte going to Lowe's, get us some baling wire just in case we have another muffler fall off or something else. Headed to Indianapolis, Indiana today. If you follow the official route, it's a little more than 2 hours from where I'm at. I'm not quite halfway there. I'm not following the official route. I did yesterday. It was absolutely miserable. Most of it was interstate yesterday. Most of it's going to be interstate today. And let me tell you, this at interstate speeds, it's turning, you know, 2,800, 3,000 RPM. Well, if you drop it down to 60, 65, and you got semis just blowing by you the whole time, that's not enjoyable to me. No, sir, not at all. So today, I put in the address and I hit avoid highways. It adds an hour to the trip. I don't care. It'll be more enjoyable. I'll get to see the country. We'll just take it easy. Still got plenty of time to get there. I hope. I thought that yesterday, but like to not made it. Also, no, by the way, somebody left this on my windshield, under my windshield wiper this morning. Dixie Customs. We had emailed a couple of times, you know, we'll try to meet up at one of these events. Well, we stayed at the same hotel last night. That's pretty neat. Maybe I'll meet up with y'all at Indianapolis. This tire back here looks low, so I'm gonna try to find me a gas station with an air compressor, pump it up a little bit. Anyways, let's get in the old Forte, head to Lowe's, then we'll head to Indiana. I'll see y'all then. I stopped in here at Lowe's and got me some multi-purpose wire. Got me some shop towels and some Rain-X. We'll clean the windshield. I don't think it's supposed to rain, but just in case it does, we're gonna have a little bit of protection because I ain't got no windshield wipers at all. Anyways, let me get this done and we'll hit the road. Well, it appears that a few others had the same idea as me. There's two in front of me and I can see 2 or 3 behind me. So at least I ain't running by myself. no clue where I'm at. Well, I'm at a McDonald's, but I'm talking about the city. We've developed an exhaust leak, probably due to that exhaust not being tied up tight. I mean, it's swinging back and forth, and it's either worked the bolts loose or messed up the gasket. Also, I just noticed the alternator's putting out like 16, 17 volts, so we got something going on there. I'm going to go in here to McDonald's and get me something to eat. When I get back, I'm gonna try to find some shade somewhere. May jack it up and see about the exhaust leak. Y'all know how I hate exhaust leaks. Oh yeah. Anyways, I'll see y'all in a little bit. Well, I just got done eating. I asked the girl in there at the register where I'm at. She said I'm in Richmond, Indiana. I'm just barely in Indiana looking at the map. The exhaust leak, I don't know what's going on, because I reached down there and grabbed hold to the exhaust and wiggled it, and it's not moving all that much. So we're gonna leave that for now. I was afraid it was about to fall off, but I don't think it is. We'll leave that for now. When I get to Indianapolis, not on hot pavement, but maybe grass, we might look at that. Alternator, well, there was a wire on the back of the gauge that was sort of not off, but you know, almost off. Maybe that's it, I don't know. I did clean the battery cable post and the ends, and this trunk, that highway we were on for the last 30 minutes, about every 50, 100 foot there was a ripple in the road. Every time I hit it, this stupid trunk lid would slam and bam. It was getting on my nerves. So I've moved my rags around. You can see them hanging out there. I don't care, as long as it keeps it from rattling. Anyways, let's jump in it. Like, I'm gonna go give it some gasolines. We'll keep on trucking. I think we still got like 2.5 hours. We've been going for over an hour, and we've drove 30 miles, it seems like. Anyways, let's hit the road. In Indianapolis, we ain't that far from it, but temperature's starting to creep up. I think we got one, maybe two more lights to get through. I think I'll be okay. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I'm crossing really good. Now I can hurry up and get out of this traffic before this thing overheats. Well, we finally made it to the last stop of the Hot Rod Power Tour 2024. Let me get parked and go get my card punched, and then we'll find the dyno. See how many he's got in line. We might put the old Forte on the dyno. Well, they're shutting the event down early for some reason, probably about an hour early. I just so happened to walk up there to the dyno, and safety crew basically told him they were done. He told me, he said, wait till they leave and we'll get the old 40 on there. So just got the 40 off the dyno. I'll show you all that video here in just a second. But this right here, that's what I came for today. Yes, sir. Officially made it. Long hauler 2024, the old Forte. Let me tell you, the old bucket of bolts is done pretty good. The numbers on the dyno for the old 40, 226 horsepower, I believe 302 torque was the best it done. I was guessing 230 horsepower, so pretty close. Torque, I had no clue. You know, it's a little over 327, but that's not bad. No, sir. It's a cruiser. That's what it was meant to be. But let me tell you this. It feels like it's getting weaker as the more I drive it. It's just because I'm getting used to it. And dude, you know, dude has burnt me on power. You know the old saying, you can never have enough power. Well, we're probably gonna do something to this one eventually to hop it up a little bit. Anyways, like I said, I just got off the dyno. I'll show you all that video now. I'm fixing to head home. Google Maps has lost their mind on the ETA they give you. Told me 3.5 hours. It was 4.5, close to 5 it took me. I do over the speed limit everywhere I go. Fixing to head towards home. I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way, but I may go like halfway and then spend the night. I'm not doing the interstate thing, no sir. I had to get on the interstate a little bit here, and it's nerve-wracking driving this thing 60 and everybody in the world just zipping by you. No. Well, if I did go the interstate, Google says 4.5 hours. Well, add an hour to that. If you avoid highways, it says like 6 hours and 13 minutes. Might as well say 7 or 8. I think we're going to avoid highways, go halfway, find me a hotel, spend the night, and we'll hopefully get home tomorrow sometime. That's probably when I'll see y'all again. I don't know where I'm at exactly. According to the Googly map, I am northwest of Bloomington, Indiana on 231, I think it is, in this little small town here. I don't know where it's at. I got me a little snack here I'm gonna eat, and then we're gonna let the car cool off, and then we're gonna do something about the exhaust leak, because y'all know me, I cannot stand exhaust leaks. No, it drives me nuts. Hope, you know, I got me a gasket somewhere. I think it's in my tool bag here at O'Reilly's in Indianapolis. Hopefully we can get that fixed and I can have somewhat of a peaceful drive home. I got less than 5 hours. Said I'll be home like 11 o'clock. I ain't made up my mind if I'm gonna try it, you know, to get there tonight or not. I'll let y'all know though. Well, I got her jacked up, got under there and looked, and well, we got a power steering leak. It's probably where I put that JB Weld. It ain't bad, but it is leaking. Also, I don't see, the gasket don't look bad. So I'm just gonna take my ratchet and socket and tighten it up. Hopefully that's all it is, just loose. Let me get under there and see. Well, that is not a collector gasket leaking. That blame header gasket up here leaking. Let me see if I can't tighten that up. Well, 4 out of the 6 over here were not even finger tight. Got them gootin' tight, and I think about the same amount were loose over here. This one here was literally about to fall out. I've never in my life ever had trouble with header bolts till right now. I'm gonna fire it up, see if it fixed it. If it did, great. If it didn't, well, we're gonna get out of here anyway, because I just heard a gunshot over that way somewhere. We're in the middle of town, and well, I need to get out of here. No exhaust leak. Awesome. Looks pretty Camaro right here. That is a sharp car right there.
Well, I talked to that fella for a few minutes. He got a 427 in that old Camaro. We talked cars and motors for a little bit. Seemed like a pretty nice guy. He said we're in Spencer, Indiana. Anyways, I gotta find a bathroom, wash my nasty hands. We'll hit the road again. Well, I don't know where I'm at, but I'm almost into Kentucky. Got a little over 3 more hours to go. Don't know if I'm gonna try it or not, but I figured I'd stop and get some gas. Been running through a lot of small towns. They have gas stations, but they're gonna close pretty soon probably. So I figured I'd go ahead and fill up. Well, it didn't take but 3.5 gallons. What in the world? Anyways, I don't know how much further I'm gonna go. Maybe we'll make it home, probably not. Just to let you know, that was Jasper, Indiana, I'm assuming. I've seen that on a couple of buildings. Jasper, I don't know what that says, but my eyes are terrible. I think we're in Jasper. Right over there, I guess that's where they build the Jasper engines and transmissions. That's what it said on the building anyway. I have run across a lot of that, like Holly was in Bowling Green, I think. Yeah, Bowling Green. I've run across a lot of that. Oh, we gotta stop. It's about 9:30 at night, and I think I'm somewhere around Owensboro, Kentucky. And let me tell you, fellas, I can't see nothing. No, sir. I got so many bug splatters on my windshield and my headlights. This is my high beams. They're aimed right at the ground. We're going to adjust these a little bit. I'm going to clean my windshield. I got about 2 hours till I get home. I'm going to try to make it. I think we can do it. Well, I adjusted them up. I don't know if it's going to help me much. I think that's low beam. Yeah, there's high beam. Adjusted the right one over to the right too. Anyways, let's hit the road, see if that don't help me out some. Have I told y'all lately that Google Maps just sucks? You should see the little road that they've got me on because I've got on avoid highways. They're routing me around Owensboro. I don't know. This is insane.
Well, I rolled in about midnight last night. I wasn't sure if I was going to try to make it or not, but the more I thought about sleeping in my own bed, the further I kept driving. Yes, sir. I spent about 12 hours in this old car yesterday. Yeah, that's more than enough. If I don't drive it for a few days, I'll be okay. I will tell you this though, I'm proud of the old girl. She did good. Yes, sir. Got a few issues. You got to work on the coolant. I'm hoping just the fan shroud will take care of that. Back brakes, I don't know what's going on. I've bled them and bled them. Don't get any air out. It could be it needs the residual pressure check valve. I was told or I read or something that Corvette master cylinder should have it in there because it was 4-wheel disc brakes. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and order a 2 PSI residual pressure check valve, put it in line on the back and see what it does. Because when I pump the brakes, they'd be good the whole time until I let go. It's like, you know, the calipers, it's opening back up too far. We're gonna try that anyway. If that don't fix it, then go ahead and do something else, because I rode on front brakes most of the time and it just, well, I didn't like it. When the back brakes did work, it stopped great. Oh yeah. The rear gears has got to come out. It's got the awfulest whine you ever heard. If y'all ever let me take a trip in another car that has gear whine like this, I'll fire every one of you. That was probably the most miserable part of the whole trip, listening to that gear whine the whole time. When you hit 55, it's like somebody flipped a switch and man, it just went crazy. Of course, you know, drive shaft beating and banging on the tunnel. We're gonna put floorboard in it. When we do, we'll put a taller tunnel and take care of that. That wouldn't have been an issue, but you know, I've got it loaded out with tools. It squatted pretty good in the back end. Other than that though, the old girl did good. Didn't use a drop of oil. No sir, none. The oil still looks fresh. Yes sir. Pretty pleased with it. The old Dollar General bucket handled exhaust hanger, she's still hanging on after several hundred miles. That's pretty impressive. It sure is. And Indiana and Ohio, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Some of y'all roads are just absolutely pitiful. Good gracious, they beat me to death. Well, it just goes to show you fellas, you can take an old bucket of rust like this one right here, do a little backyard butchery, and you take it halfway across the country and make it back home with minimal issues. Yes, we had some issues, but nothing major. I mean, just think about it though. The motor, we rebuilt it with an old boring bar, is from the 60s probably. Transmission, found it in the back of an old truck in the barn, been sitting there for 30 plus years. Put it back together, it did flawlessly, sure did. Whole new rear end that we built from scratch pretty much. Old girl did pretty good, sure did. I do hate old dude didn't get to go. Well, we did a lot of work to him in a very short amount of time. Was looking forward to him going too, but you know, sometimes life happens. Then you keep on trucking. I will tell you this, if you can go with somebody, either sitting in the passenger seat with you or get you 2 or 3 cars to go in a group, it'd probably be a little more fun, yeah. But it was nice meeting new people and meeting a couple of subscribers and just getting out and see country that you've never seen before. I know some of y'all, well, I met a couple of y'all, one in Bowling Green. I forget your name. I do remember your truck though. That little C10 or C15 is GMC. Pretty sharp truck. Glad to meet you. Of course, the feller that's on the video, I think his name was Paul. We met there at Boondocks when we was headed to Ohio, I believe, from Louisville. Met him. I know a couple of y'all messaged me saying you was looking for me, you couldn't find me. Well, I was just running late. Of course, we had issues there for a little bit. Hate that I missed y'all. Dixie Customs that left your stuff on windshield. I hate that I missed y'all. Pretty neat that we stayed in the same hotel though. Maybe next time we'll meet up. I'd like to meet a lot more y'all. Will I do another power tour? Absolutely. Will it be next year? Not sure. Here are my thoughts on power tour. I didn't know what to expect. I will tell you this, there's nothing to do at each stop. It's the same thing. You have vendors set up, and drag racing, autocross, not at every place. And the dyno, he was there at every place. Other than that, there's really nothing to do. It took me till about Wednesday to realize that it wasn't about the destination. It's about getting there. You know, it's about seeing if you take an old hunk of junk like this and making it through the whole thing, meeting new people, meeting subscribers, seeing a bunch of nice cars. That's what it's about. In other words, don't worry about where you're headed. we're about to journey there. It was nice. If you have the time, you're taking a trip somewhere, hit that avoid highways button, get off the main road, and just see this country. It's absolutely beautiful. Up there in Ohio, Indiana, man, y'all got some farms, just one right after the other, huge farms. It seemed like miles of cornfield. Absolutely beautiful, sure was. I do know that I have worked myself to death over the last 6 weeks. Well, I've lost some weight. I can almost take up another belt loop hole. Yep, sure can. I have worked myself to death. I've let stuff go around this house. So I need a little break. There may not be a video next week. If it is, it's gonna be a short one because I got to do stuff right. I got to cut 2 feet off my hedges. That's how much they've grown. The pool over here, green as a gourd. Here it is, middle of June. I ain't even opened it yet. You know, I'm trying to find a leak. I found one that I think may be the issue. Anyways, I got to open that. It's just stuff I have put off, trying to get that going and trying to get that one going. So we may skip a week on videos. We'll just have to see. Bugs are all crawling all over me. Actually, what I'm going to do today, after I get the old Forte in the shop, get the tools unloaded. Actually, I may do that later. You know, I got an air conditioner. It's like 93 out here now. It's 98 in the shop. That's why I'm out here videoing. The air conditioner unit I got, was it last year? Well, I'm fixing to move, dude. We're going to set it right at this doorway. I'm going to bring the door down. We'll fix up a little temporary wall, hook that thing up and see if it will cool the shop down. If it will, then I'm probably going to put it on the back side on this side. If it won't cool it, well, I'm going to start looking at some mini splits because they're a lot easier to install, and might even try to get sponsored with one. You never know. But if you get a video next week, it may be stuff like that. Stuff I've got to do. I can't keep putting it off. So y'all be looking for that. Again, glad to see the ones that I saw. Hope I'll meet some more y'all on the next power tour. Let me tell you this too. I've already got, you know, an idea of what I want to take next time. I'm not sure of the vehicle, but I want to build a motor that's got 600, 700, 800 horsepower and see if it can survive power tour. I hope it's going to be a little bit more comfortable ride. It ain't quite as loud, because I'll tell you that thing right there with that gear wind, whoo, man, it drove me nuts. Anyways, we'll do it again, and hopefully we'll get to meet more y'all. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, hit that like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, and until next time, go do something. Blur, blur.